Why hello darling, how are you doing today? My name's Emma, I'm the bookish princess, but today you can call me E. Just like Edna Mode prepared the Incredibles to be superhero fabulous, today I have all the tips and tricks to help you up your Instagram game. Now I've broken it down for you darling. We're gonna look at this in terms of 5 questions. What to wear, how to pose, what camera to bring, what to eat, didn't expect that one did you? And finally of course where to be, including a guide to the walls of Disney World. The purple wall, the bubblegum wall, the you are most beautiful wall, we've got them all. I never look back, darling. It distracts from the now. So let's jump into this. Our first question is what to wear. Now, if you're familiar with my videos, you know that I love Disney style. I love dressing up for the parks. Really, wherever I am in the world, whether it's Disney World or the world at large, on any given day, chances are I'm wearing a skirt or a dress. It's just what I love to wear. But maybe your style is a little different. Ultimately, you should wear what's comfortable and what makes you feel happy. Find the style that speaks to you and own it. Just no capes. As soon as we make our reservations, I start planning my wardrobe because I love to theme what I'm wearing to where we are that day. So the resort, the ride, the park, I think those make for really fun pictures because then you fit right in with your surroundings. Disney bounding is of course also very popular. As you probably know, that's when you pick your favorite character and create an outfit based on them. You basically take their style and give it your own sartorial interpretation. Disney bounding could be as simple or as complicated as you want. You could find a million accessories to make it just the right perfect look. Those accessory shots are really popular on Instagram. You have like the charmed arms. I'm not wearing any Alex and Ani today. How is that possible? Hold on guys. My BB-8 Alex and Ani might be my favorite one. What others do I have? Oh, Whistle While You Work, Snow White, of course. Hold on, I think I also have a Belle one here somewhere. Find beauty within, so charming. There we go, that's better. Charmed arms photos are of course fun in front of the castle, whether you're wearing Alex and Ani bracelets or any other kind of bracelets. Of course, the accessories don't just stop at jewelry. I feel like bags are also really popular. There's I think the brand is Danielle Nicole that has a line of really cute, fashionable Disney bags at the moment that are like all the rage on Instagram. It totally doesn't have to be a brand name. It could be some fun Disney find you made at a thrift store or some fabulous thing you made yourself. I made myself some R2-D2 shoes that I am very proud of. I wore those to Star Wars weekends a couple of years ago. So yeah, don't feel like you have to follow the trend exactly. Definitely give it your own flavor, and who knows, maybe you'll end up making a new trend. All right, our second item is how to pose. So you're wearing this fabulous outfit. Maybe it's a Disney bound, maybe it's a tropical dress at the Polynesian, and obviously you gotta strike a fabulous pose. My first tip is always stand up straight, put your shoulders back. Good posture always makes you look good in pictures. I think the ultimate pose inspiration comes from the Disney princesses. When you see them in the parks, in the parade, if you visit them, definitely take a look at how they're posing because they are posing goals. You gotta get your princess hand out just right. If you have a skirt, definitely hold it out to the side. One really good tip actually is that when you create space between your arm and the side of your body, it just makes you look nicer. So it could be a hand on the hip, it could be a princess arm. Also, don't forget your feet. Pointed toe out to the side, always super cute. Or the sort of little demure ankle foot pop. I feel like Minnie Mouse does that better than anybody else. One fun thing to do when you're meeting the characters and taking pictures with the characters is to mimic their pose. So take a second, notice what they're doing, and then do the same thing in reverse. If you're trying to fill your Disney Instagram feed, of course, characters are pretty great. On Mickey Mouse's birthday or Goofy's birthday or Donald's birthday, you have to have something to post, right? It's great when you have the characters there because you know you'll have a Disney Photo Pass photographer. So now we're gonna move into our third question, which is which camera to bring. If you like Instagram, but you're not like super into photography and like ISO and changing all the settings, then probably your phone is actually gonna be the best camera. Phone cameras these days have just gotten so incredibly good. I mean, even in low light, sometimes I feel like my phone can do a little bit better job than a point and shoot. My phone is the rose petal. This is the iPhone 6S. Actually, one really cute Instagram picture can be when you're taking a selfie if someone else takes your picture, which I know seems like kind of meta. If you're meeting the characters and you ask the character if you can take a selfie with them, then you'll have a really cute selfie that you took with your phone, but also the PhotoPass person will probably take a picture of you taking the selfie, so then you'll have that to use on Instagram. Anyway, that's one point about PhotoPass when you're just bringing your phone to take pictures on. If you're an annual pass member, or if you know you'll be buying the CD, then you know that you're going to be getting really nice DSLR shots, perfect lighting from the PhotoPass people, and you don't necessarily need to bring in your own DSLR. Plus you can get all the cute magic shots. If you're not buying the CD though, it can actually still be really good to stop by the PhotoPass people, whether you're with the characters or out on Main Street, because you can always give them your phone, your camera, and ask if they can snap a shot of you and your group, and they're always really nice about it. They know what to do with the settings. Now, of course, if you enjoy vlogging like I do, or if you enjoy photography, then it probably is going to be worth it to you to bring a DSLR into the parks. The downside to a nicer DSLR camera is that it is quite heavy, and you're already going to be walking around a ton. It's going to be hot, so sometimes like having that extra weight on your shoulder can be a little bit of a drawback. Although it is really fun to have that nice camera, especially if you know you're going to be watching the parade. Get yourself some Festival of Fantasy Friday pictures. Festival of Fantasy always looks fantastic on Instagram. Like every single shot, it's almost impossible to take a bad shot of that parade. The DSLR that I've brought into the parks in the past is actually the camera that I'm filming on right now. It's a Canon Rebel T3i, so it's a couple years old. I've been thinking about investing in a new one, although the camera that I usually bring into the parks, I know I've shown this a million times before, is my vlogging camera, but it actually also takes really nice pictures. It is the PowerShot SX510HS. It has a really cool zoom, which I love. I think this model of it is now like retired, but they do have a new edition of it, so I'll link that down in the description below. I've always liked taking pictures, and I feel like when I'm having a good time, when I'm happy, I just take pictures of everything because I want to remember the moment. And especially I like to take pictures of like all the little details, the things that like sometimes you walk right by and miss. I think those are really fun on Instagram because then you can like give people a little insider tip of what to look for on their next trip. I know I've found out about a million things on Instagram that I'd never seen before. One of them is sitting right over here. It's this popcorn bucket. I saw it on In Cindy's Shoes. I love her Instagram account. She does the most fabulous Dapper Day costumes ever. This is a floating lotus blossom popcorn bucket from Rivers of Light, which is the new nighttime show at the Animal Kingdom. When I saw this on Instagram, I was like, I have to have this. This is too fantastic for me to pass up. I kind of want to like wear it around everywhere as a purse now because it's even got this fabulous strap. So this brings us into our fourth item, which is what to eat. I don't know about you, but I am all about Disney food pictures, especially when you have something like a fabulous popcorn bucket or a BB-8 sipper cup. And see, with these things, you not only get to eat out of them and enjoy them in the parks, and of course take some fabulous pictures with them, Launch Bay in front of Rivers of Light, but then you get to bring them home and have them on your shelf. This is my water cup that I use every day at work. So it's just a fun way to bring Disney back with you. Now, of course, many snacks at Disney you eat and then they are alas gone. You don't get to bring them home with you. But before you eat them, you can take a picture of them, and then you get to kind of capture some of the fun of that moment. Mickey-shaped treats, always Instagram well. Really anything shaped like Mickey is gonna be fantabulous. My favorite types of picture are these sort of like food on location pictures where like you take a second before you eat it because it looks delicious, so you probably wanna eat it, but just take a second, hold the food up in front of the location where you bought it. So it's just a kind of fun memory of like you in that moment. If you're into Starbucks and you just got it at the Main Street Bakery, of course it's fun to pause and take a picture of it. Maybe hold it up right in front of the castle. Definitely make sure you give them a fun Disney name to write on your cup, because why would you want them to write Emma when they could write Snow White? Sometimes people will try to make you feel bad about taking food pictures, but just pay them no mind, my friends. Last but certainly not least is where to be. Honestly, the primary place you should be is on your vacation, in the moment. Taking pictures can be really fun, but it can also sometimes add an element of stress, especially when you're hot, when it's tired, when the lines are long. So I think it's important to just have a kind of relaxed attitude. If you don't make it to the purple wall, that's okay. You probably made it somewhere else and got some other fantastic picture. However, gathering some shots of your favorite things to use on your Instagram can also add to the enjoyment of your trip. One picture you definitely want is a Cinderella Castle picture. I mean, if you went to Disney and didn't take a Cinderella Castle picture, did you really go to Disney? Cinderella Castle looks so gorgeous at every single angle too. I know whenever I'm walking by it, I'm like, oh wait, just a second, I'm gonna grab the picture. Of course, the other big icons, Epcot, Spaceship Earth, the Animal Kingdom's Tree of Life, the Chinese Theater at Hollywood Studios. Everything at Disney is just so beautiful. I find myself wanting to take a million pictures because just like the sign when you're entering the ride, or like it's fun to get like a little boomerang of when like the Mickey lights up when you enter the park. They just make a really fun memory of your trip, and then they're also fun to share with other people later on Instagram. Reliving the fun of my trip and sharing fun and useful information is more important to me than getting a bunch of likes or a bunch of followers. Like these fads that are popular. See, I think fads can be fun to participate in, but you definitely gotta keep yourself grounded. But ultimately, your creativity is way cooler than any trend. I don't care how many likes it gets or how many followers it gets, your originality is where it's at. Okay, Emma, enough with the pep talk. Can we just get to the walls already? Okay, guys, we can get to the walls. So I'm gonna list these out for you. If you don't want to know where the walls are, then you probably shouldn't watch this, obviously. That can be part of the fun, is like kind of hunting out these walls for yourself. And honestly, I feel like they're adding new colorful walls and new things so constantly that you're gonna find something new no matter what. So probably you know what I'm talking about, but in case you're like, why is she talking about walls? Disney World has lots of very colorful walls that have just taken off on Instagram, and people just like to pose in front of them because they're really colorful, they're really cute. The purple wall is of course the wall that started it all. It is at the Magic Kingdom. It is in Tomorrowland, so if you're heading over the bridge to Tomorrowland from the hub, it's to your right. If you're taking the shortcut, like around by the plaza, and you're cutting through the Tomorrowland Noodle Terrace, then you're gonna be walking right along the purple wall. Now my mom loves to take pictures. She's always loved taking pictures of my brothers and I. She takes most of the beautiful photos that I use in my thumbnails. On our last trip, my mom and I stopped by the purple wall, and my mom, of course, is a photography expert, so she knows her stuff, and she agreed with something that I'd heard online before, which is that it's not totally random that people like the purple wall. The lighting is pretty darn good there. There's like an overhang, there are those like space rocks, so like it blocks direct sunlight. There's never really direct sunlight on that wall. It's always like very diffuse, very gentle, natural light, and as any photographer can tell you, light is like half the battle. So it's not as random as it seems that people have kind of gotten on board the purple wall train. And also it is fun that it's just this long purple wall. So behind you is 100% purple. One thing we haven't really talked about yet is that if you want a picture of yourself, probably you can't take that picture. I feel like over the years I've gotten very creative with like the timer on my iPhone or on my camera, so when I'm traveling by myself, I often will set it up and take a minute to get the picture. I feel like the best situation is if you're traveling with a friend or a sibling or somebody who also wants pictures of themselves in front of these crazy walls, then it's really great because like you can grab one of them and they can grab one of you. Otherwise, you're going to have to beg one of your family members to stop. Sometimes you definitely need to be patient because there will be people who are just walking by the walls who just think it's a wall, and so they will be surprised to see you standing taking pictures. Also in Tomorrowland, I just discovered this one. I think we should call it the Periwinkle wall because it's not quite blue. If you ever see blue wall pictures on Disney Instagram, they're probably from California Adventure. See, this is the thing with the wall photos, is that people don't usually tell you where the walls are. The Periwinkle wall is tucked back behind Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger. So the express transportation from the Magic Kingdom, that's the bus that like takes you from the middle of one park to the middle of another park. This wall is like right along where they take you for the express transportation, but it is in the park, like it's not backstage. So anybody can go there. It's also near like the Buzz Lightyear meet and greet. Carousel of Progress also has a pretty fabulous wall, so like while you're waiting to get on the ride before you go into the theater, you can stop and grab a quick pic there. I've heard there's a pink wall in Storybook Circus. Storybook Circus does have some super cute photo areas back there where the train boards. It's like the circus is unloaded, so like all their crates are lying around. So that's a really fun spot for a photo shoot. Then we have the Tangled restrooms, so beautiful. I have yet to get, there's a photo pass there only at night where there's like a lantern you can hold and it looks so pretty. I mean, I know that that's not a wall, but there is like awesome painting kind of along the walls near the Tangled restrooms. So that's a fabulous spot. Belle's Village has some kind of cool walls that you don't see a whole lot. They have some like sort of faded French provincial advertisements on them, although oftentimes it's difficult to get to those walls because that's where Gaston meets and greets. A number of fabulous walls slash photo backdrops at the Magic Kingdom are where the characters meet and greet. There's a Neverland map behind where Peter Pan meets, which is right near the Peter Pan ride. Also where Aladdin and Jasmine meet in the Agrabah Market in Adventureland. That has just like a really cute theming right there. Moving on to Epcot. So Epcot's famous wall is, I would say, the bubblegum wall. This is is the exit to the Spaceship Earth ride. It's really cute and distinctive. Right adjacent to the bubblegum wall is the blueberry wall, which has like the same kind of shape but all in blue. Although if you want a blue wall at Epcot, I would highly recommend the wavy wall, which is by the Wave restaurant, so back by Finding Nemo. You don't hear a lot of people talking about the land mosaic, but I feel like this could easily become a popular wall because it's super gorgeous. I love the like sort of earth tone colors. Speaking of mosaics, the Morocco Pavilion also has really beautiful mosaics. And honestly, just all of the countries have beautiful photo spots. I feel like Hollywood Studios doesn't really have that many cool walls at the moment. The Pixar bricks are kind of fun, back by Toy Story Mania. Also in the Muppet Courtyard, that's a fun place to take pictures. There's lots of fun theming there too. What do you guys think though? When we get Toy Story Land and Star Wars Land, how much do you want to bet that there are going to be some fabulous walls in there? Because I feel like ever since the purple wall became a thing, these walls have just like sort of popped up. Hopefully Hollywood Studios will get on board with its wall game. Animal Kingdom is a fabulous spot. Most of the walls there are in the Harambe village. So back in the Africa area, there are some by the theater. There are a ton in the Harambe marketplace. That Fichua fellow Mickey is there. Also, the You Are Most Beautiful, which is really popular. Now, I'm not sure I've seen this, but I read that it is back in Harambe Market, and it's like really tucked away though, because it's actually like a cast member door leading off stage. It's a super, super cute wall though, and honestly, the Animal Kingdom, when it comes to theming, is just gorgeous.
Athos, do not get on that bike. Back behind where they sell the Dole Whips, there is such a beautiful seating area with such cool, gorgeous walls. You should definitely check it out. Also, I've heard about a brand new moss wall at Pandora that I can't wait to see.
See, the way I look at these walls is that people are paying more attention to their Disney World surroundings because they're looking for a purple wall, a You Are Most Beautiful. And there is so much amazing theming at Disney that you can never really take it all in. So I think it's cool that there are these new trends that like are making people, you know, pay more attention to their surroundings and just soak in all the cool little tiny things. Last couple walls are at the resorts. Art of Animation has some really cool stuff. There are buildings in the Nemo section, in the Cars section that just has some really beautiful spots where you get one of those cool wall shots. Also Pop Century, fantastic. Flower walls. In fact, at a lot of these value resorts, like if you stop and look at the buildings, each floor has a slightly different color wall. Like it'll be like dark green, lightest green, and then one will be yellow, one will be orange. So if you really want to go crazy with wall photos, schedule it in to go to Pop Century, go to the All-Stars, because that is just wall city. Disney Springs has a fun sort of photo backdrop, like gray and white wall. Feels as if you're going to some, you know, red carpet event, and this is where all the photographers grab your photo. I'm running out of walls, guys. If you know of any more, definitely post them down in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're not following me on Instagram and want to check my account out, I am Bookish Princess, same as my channel is here. Also, make sure you're subscribed. Every Monday I have new Disney fun. Give this video a thumbs up. It's a jungle out there, and sometimes it can be rough getting those perfect Instagram shots, but you know what? Go, confront the problem, fight, and win. And call me when you get back, darling. I enjoy our visits. Have a magical day, guys. Look at how fabulous this lady is. She lives on the purple wall. She is responsible for the purple wall phenomenon, I have a feeling. You guys, my dad just goes, there's a white wall right over there. Do we want to move to the white wall for white wall photos next? Okay guys, actually real talk, there are some cool posters over here on this white wall. Just so you know. Look at that, antique rocket show and swoop meet. I am so there.